In the ancient land of Moab, there lived a young woman named Ruth. Ruth was not just an ordinary Moabite. She was a direct descendant of Lot, the nephew of Abraham. The stories of Lot and the trials he faced after parting ways with his uncle Abraham were part of her heritage. While Ruth grew up in a culture that worshipped different gods, the legacy of her forefathers' connection to Abraham lingered in the background of her life. Ruth married Mahlon, an Israelite who had come to Moab with his family to escape a famine in their homeland of Bethlehem. Ruth's life with Mahlon was filled with love, but it was also marked by sorrow, as Mahlon, along with his brother and father, passed away, leaving Ruth and her mother-in-law, Naomi, alone and vulnerable. Naomi, heartbroken by the loss of her husband and sons, decided to return to Bethlehem, her homeland. She encouraged Ruth to stay in Moab, where Ruth might find security and a new husband among her own people. However, Ruth felt a strong pull toward Naomi and the God of Israel, a connection that perhaps stirred in her because of her ancestral tie to Lot and his relationship with Abraham. Ruth's devotion to Naomi was unwavering. She declared, "Do not urge me to leave you or turn back from following you. For where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." With these words, Ruth chose to leave behind her homeland and its gods, embracing the land and faith of her distant kin. Her journey to Bethlehem was not just a physical relocation, but a spiritual one, as she stepped into the covenant promises that had been extended to Abraham and his descendants, including Lot. In Bethlehem, Ruth and Naomi had little to their name. To provide for them, Ruth went to glean in the fields during the barley harvest. It was in these fields that Ruth met Boaz, a man of standing who was kind and honorable. Unknown to Ruth at first, Boaz was a relative of Naomi's late husband, which placed him in the unique position of being a kinsman redeemer. Boaz noticed Ruth's dedication to Naomi and her hard work in the fields. He had also heard of her decision to leave her people and gods behind to follow Naomi and the God of Israel. Moved by her loyalty and the purity of her heart, Boaz showed her favor, ensuring that she had ample grain to glean and providing her protection. Naomi, recognizing the kindness of Boaz and knowing the customs of their people, encouraged Ruth to seek Boaz as her kinsman redeemer. Ruth, obedient to Naomi's counsel, approached Boaz at the threshing floor, humbly asking him to spread his cloak over her, symbolizing his willingness to take her as his wife and redeem her family line. Boaz, impressed by Ruth's virtue and her steadfastness, agreed. He took the necessary steps to fulfill his role as kinsman redeemer, securing the right to marry Ruth and restore the family's inheritance. Ruth and Boaz were married, and they were blessed with a son named Obed. This child was a continuation of the legacy that began with Lot, and through Obed, that legacy intertwined even more deeply with the line of Abraham. Obed became the father of Jesse, who would be the father of David, Israel's greatest king. Through Ruth, a Moabite and descendant of Lot, the lineage of David was established, and ultimately, the line through which the Messiah, Jesus Christ, would come. Ruth's story is a testament to the power of faith, loyalty, and God's redemptive plan, woven through the generations, connecting Lot's legacy to the fulfillment of God's promises to Abraham.